What's up, guys? Today we're going to be looking at another ranked 23 Auro match I played earlier today. So this is pretty average start, I'd say. I went straight down here because when I started the match I thought there was going to be water here where that power tile is in the corner, but there's not. So I was going to firebomb the Vargas off, but that's no longer an option. So instead I took this route, which was a slight risk because the Vargas may not have stepped on the flow there, and it's still a little suboptimal because there's no way to get the Vargas without either spending a spell or taking a damage from the bat. So, but I ended up just moving here, and I'm going to burn a spell to avoid the damage. And now I didn't notice this at the time, I could have stepped on this power tile and there's a flame back here that I could have killed this bat with. But I was going to also firebomb both those monsters off the edge, but I decided just to do the brute because I could easily get the Foxy later and I didn't want to burn up that power tile. So alright, so yeah, see, now I got the Foxy, and now just easy setup on the Troggle. And this is kind of neat because I don't actually need the vortex there, I just need the ice, so I was able to use the vortex to kill the bat after jumping over the bat's head. See a neat little combo there. Now, yeah, just a wasteland, nothing but a kissy rat. So I was considering firebombing before I took those 2 steps back, but I didn't want to burn up a power tile. And then after I took the first step, I figured might as well just do the second one to get it without a spell. Yeah, alright, so we've got this situation here isn't really too interesting. Now what I just did there was a little different. Normally I would step back and kill that bat in the vortex, but I pushed instead for some reason. I'm not exactly sure why, but it did result in this interesting little situation there. I don't know, I probably could have done something like that anyways. If I just killed the bat then and there, I probably could have still used the firebomb to kill the Troggle, but whatever. It was kind of neat to get 2 kills at once. Alright, so here I actually started to kind of regret. I started to wonder if it was actually worth 2 spells to kill these 2 monsters, because now there's 2 liches up here. Of course I didn't know that at the time, but so I was thinking about maybe just snowballing that Vargas off and then maybe trying to get the Foxy up against the corner, but I decided against it. But the liches aren't too much trouble. I decided to go ahead and take 1 damage just because it's the cleanest way to kill it. And pick up that rune, it's nice. So yeah, here, kill the brute right away and then get some flames that I might be able to work with in a second. So I was about to just push this jelly into the water, but I decided that I wanted to save the water. And so originally I was kind of thinking maybe I could go back and collect a power tile and lure that lich into the water, but then I got back over here and there are no good power tiles, so then I thought maybe I could lead the Troggle over this little pond and get a charge over it. And then once I got here I realized that there were 2 liches lined up, so I should probably just fire blast them, and then the Troggle got right where I needed it to be, and I was able to snowball that lich off. So yeah, that worked out pretty well. But now I've got this new lich that spawned in a second ago, and it's gonna be kind of tough to get. I only have dash, So I stepped here hoping it would step on the gold tile so I could dash down there and push it into the flame that you can barely see right there, but it didn't work out. So now my plan is to step towards the flames and hope this happens and I could do the kind of run into the flame double kill thing. Pretty cool. So yeah, got the troggle off that pretty easy too. So that was a fairly neat play. So this whole sequence here is just annoying because the way the Foxy is interfering with the troggle's movement makes them both hard to predict. And so I was trying multiple times to get the troggle close to the edge so I could get a good charge, but the Foxy kept getting in the way. I almost went down into reds, so that's just annoying, but got the troggle eventually. Alright, so there were a number of things I could have done here, I guess, but I decided I didn't want to risk the Foxy messing stuff up again, so I just sank her while I had the chance. And then since this is here now, I figured I might as well take advantage of it and kill the Vargas without using a spell. And then the lone Cinder Squid wasn't too bad to deal with, though when they're alone you kind of have to get lucky to efficiently deal with them, because you can kill them on their own flame, but how quickly you can do it depends on which of the two spaces they move to when they're like 2 spaces away from you. So yeah, I thought that was a pretty neat match. I realized a new potential strategy the other day. I haven't been able to use it yet, but I think it might be cool. It only works with jump, and so the idea is that when you jump onto a vortex you get to jump again. And so I've thought a few times about like how many moves you have, or how many options you have on a single turn in Auro, how many max. And I was thinking the other day about what the best possible move in Auro would be, like in an ideal situation. And this double jump thing, or this infinite jump possibility thing, kept coming up. And I started thinking maybe I should try and take advantage of that somehow. And I realized that one neat thing you could do, well, I thought kind of it would be pretty hard to set up, almost impossible, to set up like a bunch of vortexes on top of power tiles, like that are kind of diagonal from each other, and then you could pick up a bunch of power tiles in a row. Of course, that might not even be useful a lot of the time, because a lot of the time you don't even want to pick up a bunch of power tiles in the same turn. But I thought that would be kind of cool. But then the other thing that might be more realistic is anytime, okay, so say I was right here and I just randomly picked this frame. I didn't look at this previously, but this would be a good place to use it. So say there was a vortex on this power tile up in the corner, right? And so I just just warmed up this troggle, and so if I jump to this power tile which has a vortex on it in our scenario, then I could collect the power tile, and then I could jump right back to where I was, and then jump down to this gold tile and push this Foxy into the water. I'm not sure if there's water back there, but it looks like there could be. So basically you just get like a free power tile, like just completely free, like, because you're just spinning, you're able to jump like normal, like, because when you jump back to the vortex, you jump left, then you can still jump to wherever you would have gone in the first place, you know what I mean? So I just thought that was a pretty cool potential use for it. So I've been kind of trying to look out for situations where maybe I could intentionally leave a vortex on a power tile, and maybe set one of those up. So far it hasn't been going too well. Of course, I haven't played a lot since I thought of this. I've only had one match with jump in it, to be honest, but in that match I think I actually kind of messed myself up because I think I was trying too hard to set this up and ended up just doing some dumb stuff. But I think there could be situations where this kind of thing would be pretty cool and useful. But yeah, so I was hoping to get it on film, but hasn't happened yet. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed playing it, and I'll see you next time.